Yeah, you also have to remember that Wang said the real reason that she supports whatever happens is she believes in the true purpose behind Scheinberg's plans.
Which
Which
we
no
don't know
one
what it
fucking
is.
knows, apparently, so...
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Gundam 00.
4 episodes to go to the finale. Not the finale, the end of this season. Because I believe it's a 25-25 split.
I mean, unless you believe that they're going to kill everybody, in which case it's finality.
Well, yeah, I doubt it, but, we'll see what happens. But at least I doubt that they're going to kill the crew of the Telemus. They might injure a couple of them. They're already injured lock-on, so...
I mean, the thing I kept going on about is the element, if you're showing blood, and the cockpit's been punctured, it's exposed to space.
Yeah, vacuum.
Yeah, so he's exposed.
I mean, we don't know the whether the suits are self-sealing or something,
The idea there, Lessons, that I feel like you're trying to give them wiggle room for, is that he instantly lost that much blood that was flowing through the cockpit, and that the suit sealed up around the hole. Yeah, in which case that is how much blood did he just lose to lose it in an instant?
The question is, if these are the same weapons technology that the Thrones are using, he shouldn't be able to recover because regenerating that tissue would be very difficult.
They implied that they couldn't regenerate a new hand because of it. They clearly were able to seal up the wound and cause the bleeding to stop, so it's not completely stop regeneration or whatever medical technology that they use.
Still, I mean, clearly it's up in the air whether or not he comes back. I mean, he should be out of like a couple of episodes, right? Oh, we're basically, it's like, oh yeah, we're patching him up. We'll have to deal without having lock on for 3 or 4 episodes. Maybe do the thing where he comes back, roaring back at the very end of the season to save the day or something like that. And
I mean, they've already heavily given them all plot armor. They all got shut down. They're floating there in the middle of, again, what must be 20 enemy suits of equivalent power that can burst through their shields in 2 shots.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they just stopped shooting. And like I said, I mean, maybe they were planning on capturing them, but they didn't even move close to capture them.
They threw a line. I was like, "Is this a trap?" But that doesn't cover, the amount of time they're like, "What do we do? What do we do? Do we do something? I don't know." Oh, they're back up. Okay, let's fight.
Yeah, and then he gets shot in the cockpit, and he was only injured. Main characters get injured from the shots that other characters would die from.
Yeah, get vaporized, really.
What's the name? It's plot armor. It's hard for me to get invested in characters with plot armor.
It reminds me of that one lightning strike in Thunderbolt that just so happened to have saved that character, from the shot that should have killed him.
All right, well, I guess there's nothing really left to talk about because I'll just keep whinging if left to my own devices. So let's go ahead and hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I was doing it in English. Forgot to change the they say laser lock on, but that looks like a holographic pathway.
Should be a laser. Just a rapidly repeating series of laser shots flying in space that makes them look... I can't remember that water effect, where water seems to be solid flowing, but it's actually just moving.
Yes, it can regenerate it.
Oh, remember, they got higher technology than the rest of the place.
Yeah. Well, he'll be out for 3 weeks. And we have how many? It is 1 week per episode. Yeah.
敵さんがいつ来るかわかんねえ。治療はなしだ。しかし、その怪我では精密射撃は無理だよ。
I appreciate that you started, just kept talking, interrupting the beginning of him just getting up anyway.
それにな、俺が寝てると気にする奴がいる。いくら強がっていても、あいつは脆いかんな。僕が
Starts crying like Kira Yamato.
彼に傷を負わせてしまった。僕のせいで。
Says the guy who at the start wanted everyone eliminated from the team.
Yeah. I guess we're supposed to say, oh, they're growing closer, but they really haven't shown a lot of maybe Setsuan and Lock On, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean, they've implied a lot from Tiara before.
Yeah.
It's just Tiara's we hasn't covered their backstory at all. Except that they're the only one who's entrusted to get to like level 7 with Veda.
Veda, yeah.
And has the trial system on their Gundam, which is, again, something that only they have. But you still have to talk about stuff lessons. You can't just watch the opening.
I know. So, wait a minute. If Lock On can use his eye, then he's gonna get a new suit.
He'll use his other eye.
Yeah, no, but that's the shooting. Call him the shooting eye, basically. That's the, you know.
Well, thankfully, God saw fit to gift him with another.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think he can't use his other eye to shoot with.
Yeah, but it seems kind of dumb that he would not try to recover if they can.
Because he just said they don't know when the next time they might be attacked is.
Well, try to recover as long as you can. If the attack happens, then you react.
You don't know how long it would take him to heal.
He said 3 weeks.
Yeah, but I mean specifically through like processes of being treated. Weird that we're calling them fallen angels. It's like calling them demons for no reason.
Well, the operation is fallen angels, so.
Right, but still, fallen angels. Either you're implying that the Gundams themselves were once heroic and now fallen, or you're implying that you are now the devil's own.
Yeah, well.
If we hadn't seen the lock-on thing at the start of the episode, I would almost feel like we're out of order.
Yeah.
Like this is them getting ready to do the attack that they did. Yeah, either we're going back to see what happened to the thrones, or they left and came back.
Apparently.
ガンダムの整備状況はどうですか？バーチェの損傷はなんとかなりそうだ。ユナメスはダメだな。
Also, they retreated, but for how long? I mean, ultimately, why?
活動できるガンダムは3機。
They lost
That's
what,
another thing.
2 in the
his
attack?
Also, his Gundam is also damaged, so he just might as well recover.
See, implying that they were once real angels.
何が？
どうか。
なんだよ。
楽。
Actually only gotten cooler looking.
らしくねえな。いつものようにそんな感じでいろよ。失った。あ？マイスターとしての資質を失ってしまった。ベーダ殿、 直接リンクができなければ僕はも
ベーダとの直接リンク。スメラギさん、バーチのシステム変更にエラーが。新システムの転送時にエラーが出たのはリンク中だったティエリア自身が障害となって。でもそんなことが人間に。
う僕はマイスターにふさわしくない。
ふさわしくないか。いいじゃねえか別に。
何？
単にリンクができなくなっただけだ。俺たちと同じになったと思えばいい。
ベーダは何者かに掌握されてしまった。
Well, maybe you should go to where Veda is.
この計画は
I'll say I don't
Do they
know.
even know? Yeah.
戦争根絶のために戦うんだ。ガンダムに乗ってな。
だが計画実現の可能性が。
シノゴの言わずにやりゃ。
Can't do the math. You're not connected to Veda.
お手本になるやつがすぐそばにいるじゃねえか。自分の思ったことをがむしゃらにやるバカがな。
But I tell you,
Glazing Setsu.
I would say dick riding, but you know, same thing.
部屋戻って休めよ。
ロックオン。悪かった。
ミススメラギも言ってただろう。失敗ぐらいするさ。人間なんだからな。
Assumedly.
優しいんだ、誰にでも。
Oh, you think she's not especially kind to you?
Yeah, I guess they just had the fight and we didn't get to see the full thing. Oh, right, because they wouldn't have had like a system to back up the whole Veda thing.
機体ごと空に戻す手はずを整えてほしい。
喜んでと言いたいところですが、少し遅かったようですわ。
何？
すでに国連軍の部隊がそちらに向かっています。
なんだと？
早めの対処を。
ミハエル、ねえな。スローネを起動させる。
Or I guess they did have a backup system.
中佐、ガンダムを発見しました。ポイント。
Or maybe they were never really connected to Veda in the first place.
No, they were. Because remember, Tierra did the thing to disconnect them from Veda. And they all just shut down and fell to the ground.
ドライブの粒子発生率が低下している。無駄遣いをするなよ。残り 30% か。しかし3回。
I guess they must have like destroyed one of them and then they retreated.
Damn. I like that.
Yeah. The Hapen Dreadnought of Gundam. So nice, we shot it twice.
Yeah.
国連の掃討作戦が始まったようね。あの機体は刹那のじゃない。
やられちゃえよ、ガンダム。
That makes two of us.
数が多いからって。そんな稚拙な攻撃が当たるものか。将兵の実力を覚悟。
Yeah. No chance Michael's gonna let you attack Nina.
Because they're fighting in Gundams too.
逃がさない。
終わんでいい。
しかし
奴らのアジトは叩いた。いずれはドライブの活動限界が来る。
Unless they find a place to recharge.
レベル6をクリアしました。最終作業に。
So I guess they destroyed one of theirs. They attacked the base, destroyed the base, and this is where they ran away to.
最後の余興を楽しむとしよう。
Okay. What the hell does that mean?
ついに国連軍がトリニティに攻撃を行った。
A second time, you mean?
ガンダムを倒すことで世界がまとまっていく。
Okay, so what happens after you destroy the Gundams, though?
行くための存在。これも
I doubt very much a unity is going to last beyond that.
だとしたら
Yeah, you're a pessimist,
何
famously.
のためにガンダムはある
More like a realist.
戦争を根絶する
no.
機体がガンダムのはずだ
Well, I don't think
Because they
you
have
get to
nothing-
make that distinction.
トリニティは戦果を拡大させ
Yep.
国連軍まで
To quote Babylon 5,
これがガン
a
ダムの
pessimist is what an idealist calls a realist.
これが
刹那国連軍によるトリニティへの攻撃は紛争だ
I don't think you get to finish that sentence, though, because someone dumped half a glass of water in your face.
無茶だよ。僕たちは疲弊してるし、軌道エレベーターも抑えられて
Don't
る。
help them.
この前襲撃を受けたのも、エクシアとデュナメスが敵にトレースされたから。
I mean, conceivably, you're part of the same
沈
organization.
黙は許されないそうだろう
Are you though?
あ
I know, right?
二度と宇宙に戻れなくなるかもしれない。
俺一人ででも行く俺は確かめたいんだガンダムが何のためにあるのか
俺も付き合うぜ怪我人は
Yeah, you also have to remember that Wang said that the real reason that she supports whatever happens is she believes in the true purpose behind Scheinberg's plans, which
we
no
don't know
one
what it
fucking
is.
knows apparently. So
するのは
Yeah.
ミッションプランよ。不確定要素が多すぎてあまり役に立たないかもしれないけど、ちゃんと帰ってくるのよ。
分かっている
エクシア、教習用コンテナへの
Okay, does he
搭載
want
完了
to
しました
return to save them or to punish them?
接続を確認
Because he's the only one that can defeat
オールグリーン
them.
maybe he's going out to
I
fight
don't know.
everybody.
答え
Yeah, he just
出
wanna.
るといいわね。
あ
ミッション開始します。
Although he wouldn't be going out to save them, they already ran away.
Yeah.
And Sergei already stopped Soma from chasing after them, so it would have to be after the UN forces, I assume.
Mhm.
Although we did get a lot of shots of the Thrones fighting in the next time on.
言っていいんだぜ
Yeah.
I guess now would be the perfect time for Exia to fight all three of the thrones.
愚かだ
なんだって
How do we do laundry up here? I haven't seen one washing machine.
さあ、
大気圏に突入する機体だと所属は
不明ですしかし突入前に観測班が GN 粒子を確認しています
分かったすぐ行くソレスタルビーイング地上にいる仲間を助けるつもりか
Oh, so they're back on the island.
No, these guys. These guys were never on the island.
Yeah.
空に上がれる手配を頼んでいる
信用できんのかよ。
なんだ AU のいなくと
光通信？
攻撃
Ah, that has to be.
ねえなスローネで待機だ
That has to be Sasha's.
よう世界を敵に回して難儀してるってのはあんたらか何者だアリーアル・サーシェスご覧の通
Of
り
course.
傭兵だスポンサー
As I said, the show would be a lot less interesting without him around.
援軍って一機だけじゃねえか。
誰に頼まれたラグナかラグナーあラグナーハーベ
I mean, that guy that I shot.
ヤコさん死んだよ何俺が殺したミハイル五輪中だ
貴様。
逃げろねえな行け美しい兄弟愛だ早く機体に乗ったらどうだこれじゃ戦いがいがないいい子だ
Told you lessons. Family. And Michael was the most childlike of them.
スバイはミハイルのバイオメトリクスがなければ書き換えたというのかデータを使って慣れねえとちと扱いづらいな武装さえ分かりゃあとは
And now Ali has a Gundam.
Yeah.
私たちを生贄なんだとよそんなことが同情させかわいそうにな私たちは
No, you don't.
ガンダムマイスターだ
I mean, they believe that they are actually Gundam Meisters, so...
I mean, I want to see them dead, but I don't want this guy to be the one doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how you feel about this? Well, there's the best of them. So you can't disrespect Johan. The man was on principle, calm, collected, always reasonable. Now the psychopath is the last one left. Yeah, bit of a change of pace for some reason, right? They come to show up to kill the thrones, and Ali is in one of the thrones. What the fuck going on?
The thing is, it sucks that I know they're not going to kill Ali in this episode.
Who's to know? They just killed Johan and Michael.
Yeah, but they were... Oh, so he's not dead.
世界の変革見たさに蘇る保証もないコールドスリープで眠りにつくとは
I mean, he did vanish, right?
残念だがあなたは世界の変革を目にすることはできないあなたが求めた統一世界もその抑止力となるソレスタルビーイングもこの私が引き継がせてもらうそうだ世界を変えるのはこの私アレハンドロ・コーナーだ
Well, seems pretty dead now.
I was wondering if there was any backups or anything like that.
この場所に悪意を持って現れたということは残念ながら私の求めていた世界にはならなかったようだ。
イボリア・シュヘンベルグシステムトラップ
人間は未だ愚かで戦いを好み世界を破滅に導こうとしている。
ほらほらどうしたよガンダム貴様のような男がガンダムに乗るなどてめえの許可は得ろがよ
Some fucking Ali Al Sanchez, I do what I fucking want.
力を託してみようと思う。
Also goes to show you that on equal footing, Ali can take on anybody.
正確な射撃だ最高だなガンダムってやつは覚悟しな
世界は
ガンダムこいつとんでもねえ兵器だ戦争のしがいがあるてめえの
Oh, but he should be running out of power, though.
Yeah.
人類は
絶対に違う俺のガンダムはこいつで終わりだ
変わらなければならないのだから。
何どうだなんだ
I mean, kind of makes sense that it would happen, but it also feels kind of like a cheat, right? Like,
My initial opinions have been already recorded. Although I guess I actually did take that down from YouTube already, so...
yeah.
That feels like a G Gundam reference.
Yeah.
This hand of mine is glowing red. Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory.
君たちが私の意志を継ぐものなのかはわからない。だが、私は最後の希望を GN ドライブの全能力を君たちに託したいと思う。君たちが真の平和を勝ち取るため、戦争根絶のために戦い続けることを祈る。 それスタルビーイングのためではなく、君たちの意志でガンダムと共に。
ガンダム。どんな手品か知らねえや。
I guess the GN drives are all connected to a communication system, because I don't know how else he's communicating to the pilot of the suit, since this is a 4th generation suit?
The Trans Am.
システム。これがトランザム。
So, haircutting scene? Sometimes the
Could
pan
be,
over
but-
to the ending credits is like very long. Sometimes they go right to the haircut. Seems like the same beach. Just murkier
Yeah.
water.
I think that's a rock. Yep, it is the haircutting scene.
I'm pretty sure it's like murky water. That's the slimiest rock I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the water.
No, there could be two different sides of the water, Lessons. Obviously, that's the beach that just goes on for the rest of the island.
I could go around the island.
Beach?
Yeah, one beach that covers the entire
Yes,
island.
Yes, island. Lessons typically do that.
Yeah, not really. It depends on the size of the island.
I don't think it does. I think you'll find that any body surrounded by water has a beach that goes all the way around it.
No, I can tell you, I live in a place where it doesn't. Not everything.
Lessons. I think you'll find that even a continent is essentially just a large island.
Yes, but not that the beach wraps around the entirety of the outside.
You'll find that it does.
No.
Yeah.
You can have like walls and stuff that are not beach.
And what's on the other side of the wall?
Water.
Yeah.
No beach, just water.
No, that's the beach.
No, that's water.
That is the beach.
世界を人の意識を変えたかった。だが、その思いに反して今は叫ぶ。次回、世界を止めて、絶え間ない慟哭が漆黒の空にこだまする。
It's a rule of Gundam. Every season, every show has to have a something the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not a fan of Trans Am. Because what I was trying to indicate before Trans Am came up was that Ali Al-Sanchez is more than a match with an equivalent technology. I mean, granted, the throne stuff seems to be even like a step down. And yet he could handle the Exia. Or he could handle Setsuna. So, what do you get the man who has already plot armor? Well, I'm getting my ass kicked, so a step up in technology.
Yeah.
Again, I just don't like main character shit like that.
Yeah. I didn't like the fact that it was also just that killed the thrones. That felt cheap.
Well, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what does it
Nothing
matter? You wanted them dead, now they're dead. 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And again, not the ones responsible for anything.
Well, that's the part that feels cheap. Well, they're responsible because they let it happen.
That doesn't make them responsible.
Like I said, bad commanders not making responsible for their troops.
You're stretching. I feel like you're stretching. Nina
Not
is the one
really.
that did it. Nina's the one that's responsible. You're like, well, yeah, he's commander. Like, fuck, I don't give a shit, Lessons. Your argument falls on
because you don't-
deaf ears here. No, you're going to say because you like Johan. Yeah, so what? Johan is also not the one who did it. Conceivably, Johan could have been like, no, don't do it. And then Nina went fucking crazy and did it anyway. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Johan did or didn't do, other than the fact that he did not do that. So Nina is the one responsible. I mean, I would argue differently if like there was a whole set of scenes setting up for Johan giving her all of the abilities that she has and then putting her into the position. But conceivably, we don't even know if they're not like fucking clones created to be Gundam Meisters or whatnot.
I mean, they don't seem entirely human. I'll be saying that.
I disagree with you there. I'm not saying clones aren't humans. I just mean the element that these guys don't seem to have like special powers or anything. They just go along the lines of people I would say if they said, "Oh, we were created to be Gundam Meisters," I'd be like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
I mean,
But-
we do have created humans here, so it's
Yeah, but those are also humans. You're like, these guys don't see human, and I'm saying I disagree with that sentiment. I'm saying these guys don't feel like Ribbons or Tiara to me. They feel like just normal-ass guys who may have just been created to be Gundam Meisters. Or, they could have been like child soldiers that were just trained specifically to pilot Gundams.
Yeah.
But again,
So I guess
Michael was like the most childlike. He was just like energetic and gun-ho. And then Johan, calm, but responsible one. And they're the ones that die. I mean, Michael didn't get a chance. He just fucking got shot immediately.
Yeah.
And then Johan got shot and then dueled to death while, not at his best.
that's why you don't get out of the cockpit.
It literally didn't matter.
Well, it did, because if they had been in the cockpit, what's his name? Sanchez would have got in the Gundam.
Sanchez was out of the cockpit when he did that. So that's what I'm saying. It literally didn't matter, because your point of view is don't get out of the cockpit. You mean the way that Sanchez did before he killed one and then mortally wounded the other one.
Yeah, so much for being good with a knife. Gun beats knife.
He didn't even pull the knife.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you're acting like he will. Listen, sometimes you approach this as though the characters have been doing a thing the entire time, and then, like, he pulled the knife out a couple of times as, like, the joke threat. Do you say something about my sister? You're gonna do what? And always the knife, but he's never been like, no one can beat my knife skills. He's, like, never been that guy. You're just making him about the knife because he had a knife in a couple of scenes. It'd be weirdly like if you started talking about Nina about her kissing skills, because she kissed a guy once. She's kissed a guy once, which is only 2 less times than Michael pulled out a knife. So no, it's not weird to say that you would do that. It's only 2 less times.
No, Little Miss Psycho already has a reason why she is, well, Little Miss Psycho. We don't have to go to, well, and also not respecting boundaries, but sure.
I feel like it falls into the realm where I have complicated feelings. Obviously, I hate that what she did to Luis and family, because I'm more emotionally connected to Luis. But I'm also now in the boat of I kind of sympathize because she lost her whole fucking family. So she's kind of had that point of, oh, what I did to other people has now been done to me.
I don't see her being that self-reflective.
Well, obviously, because I think you're worse than me in forming an opinion and sticking to it for longer. I allow people to evolve over time, depending. Yeah, really, it takes a lot.
Give me the proof. Give me the proof. I haven't seen any proof of that other than, oh, they killed my sibling.
Yeah, I mean, also, I will say it doesn't require that much. If I want them to be sympathetic, I will make them more sympathetic. In this case, again, the element that the thrones were, I think it follows through on the element that I didn't much care for a celestial being to begin with. So the thrones show up and start upending what celestial being is doing. It's like, okay, finally, somebody can defeat celestial being a little bit. We get the plot armor main characters, and then somebody who can do something. And then Nina does her thing, and it's like, fuck. I'm torn between my want to see the main characters suffer a little bit, and my desire to see Saji and Louise be happy. So that's what I'm saying. I am torn in all these different directions because my motivations are sometimes a little bit evil. Because, I don't root for good guys all the time. Media is media, right? I can enjoy whatever I want. Like, I root for the Spaceballs. Why not? That was my lament when I was a kid. Why do the good guys always win?
Because they're the good guys.
Yeah, so that doesn't make things entertaining. If I grow up as a kid watching the good guys always win, then my anticipation is going to be always the good guys win. That's boring. The most exciting episodes tend to be when the good guys don't win in the end, and you have to see them come back.
I mean, yeah, you have to effectively challenge them, which this episode kind of robs at the end. Setsuna being effectively challenged. Because he doesn't come back with a better strategy or learn anything about it. It's like, oh, I just got an upgrade. I'm faster than you. I win. Instant win, bud.
Ali shows up at the major battle last time and basically knocks Setsuna to the ground and is going to kill him. Nina saves him.
Yeah.
Ali shows up, takes one of the thrones, is kicking Setsuna's ass.
Yeah. He gets in
Scheinberg saves him.
Saves him, yeah.
So 2 times now, Ali has shown up and proved himself to be a better pilot. Give him something even slightly in the realm of the scope of power that the main characters have, and he's just better. Versus, say, Graham, who keeps trying to prove that his lesser power thing, he can stand up to them, which I guess maybe. He held up once in a flag against Exia, and he almost killed himself like Zex did.
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, it's a wide net of emotion, right? I sympathize with Nina, despite not particularly enjoying her very much for what she's done before. I sympathize with Saji in that I too want to see the Gundams get their asses kicked. The fact that Sergei and Soma are basically everybody else in the AEU Union, HRL, who has had their asses kicked by the Gundams. This is their comeuppance time. You know, how many people have we seen the Gundams kill in various operations? And now it's like, oh, now we have the power. We can do it to you. Lock on a little bit, I guess. I still don't care much for the Celestial Being crew. So there's not much care for me to worry about what's going to happen to them.
And you know what is going to happen. Well, whatever you remember.
Right. Well, I want to say I remember maybe 70% of what's coming. So I'm not like faking out here. Oh, I don't remember what's going to happen next. I basically, the element of having to argue with the audience for the majority of the show the first time has baked it in. I'm just saying from the element of even just trying to apply what I know to right now. Now what's coming, to what's been shown, and right now. There's not much there that makes me care about Setsuna more than I did previously. I acknowledge that he has more character than I previously gave him credit for, but that character doesn't do much for me on the... Again, I can feel something for Nina, because she just watched 2 of her, like, as far as we know, the only 2 members of her family that she knows die. I can still lean into that. That is worthy of sympathy, even if I don't care for her as a person. Like, the ability to forgive is one of the most human things you can do. I think I had this conversation back when Mushoku Tensei was entering its 2nd season. Is the idea that there are people that are completely irredeemable. I think we even had this conversation off screen before when I was talking about My Hero Academia versus Invincible. Omni-Man, is Omni-Man irredeemable versus is his name starts with an E.
The dad, you mean?
He was the number 2 hero, now he's the number 1 hero. He wants to say like exemplar, but that's not his fucking name.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of My Hero Academia, so
the dad. Well, I mean, the problem you said the dad. Well, Omni-Man is also the dad, so
yeah,
but one is made to conquer the world, treated his wife as a pet, essentially, killed a bunch of people, beat his son on submission. I didn't get past like the first couple episodes of season 2, just not for any good reason. I just didn't keep watching for some reason. But you know, he's like a world conqueror from a race of people that are like that. What if Superman was a Super Saiyan? You know, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But and then you know, the guy from My Hero Academia was abusive to his family to the point of one of them dedicated himself for killing everybody, and one of them has a burn from his face when his wife threw boiling hot water in his face. I've also heard the same argument being applied to Gul Dukat from DS9.
Yeah, no, I don't think he doomed himself multiple times. He had chances to redeem himself, and he just
right. But is anybody ultimately irredeemable?
I think that applies more to the guy who was second in command. And
forgiveness, obviously. The element is also about forgiveness. Does anybody ultimately you can never forgive? And it's different from, again, we apply this to fictional characters. We don't apply this to real life characters because that's a more difficult conversation. And it's not that we're avoiding difficult conversations. We're avoiding conversations that have implications and hurt and meaning beyond ourselves. So.
And also the question, who's the forgiveness for, ultimately?
It's not for anybody.
Beyond us,
beyond ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point of forgiveness. You forgive because it's from you. I mean, I wish I still had I probably do. I'm not gonna bring them up. I would say if I had my notes open from Mushoku Tensei season 2, it's like what I literally started the season with. In regards to, I can't even remember anymore. God, it's been for fucking ever. Can't wait till it comes back later this year. But maybe it had been something dealing with Paul. I think because Paul was guilty of a sexual assault or something.
That's also the dad, I think, right?
Yeah. Weird. It's always dads. Well, no, there was like the implication that Paul had done something to a character in the past. It was like, this is all backstory shit. Like shit that doesn't get addressed, but it's worthy of conversation because Mushoku Tensei is just filled with stuff that's worth conversation. He's guilty of it, and they blame it for it, but then they move on, and he's in a different position now, and then he goes on to have a family, and it's like, how do you regard that person if you're the person that it happens to? But yeah, the idea that forgiveness is something that comes from you, and I can't remember the other side. I guess redemption is something that comes from that person. Maybe that was the conversation that was happening, the difference between forgiveness and redemption, and who's worthy of both, or who's irredeemable or unworthy of forgiveness. And in regards to anime characters, I mean, obviously the point back then was Mushoku Tensei, but it's not impossible that Nina could be redeemed.
Difficult, though, at this stage anyway.
I don't know. I think it's eminently possible.
I'm not saying impossible. I'm saying it's difficult. There's a difference.
Well, I mean, I would have to argue, or not argue, I guess comment on that forgiveness and redemption are always difficult, because if they weren't difficult, then you weren't really in a position to need them.
I mean, it's difficult from the point of view of the information that we have right now on the character and what has she done or will she do. He hasn't.
No, I mean, I don't think that. I think that that's very simple. That she might sacrifice to get revenge on the people that hurt or killed her family in order to help the other people that need it. That's a situation of opportunity and the need to get those people on your side in order for you to be able to do this thing that you dedicate yourself to. I could easily see a character in Nina's position. Granted, not with her mindset, maybe, but in her position, that's easily achieved. I think not achieved. That's easily seen as a goal. So yeah, like I said though, when you say difficult, obviously my mind goes to the element that, of course, if you're in the position of needing forgiveness or needing to be redeemed, then obviously you always have to start off from a point of difficulty.
It's to be earned, at least narratively speaking. I think that's the part that you have to earn it narratively in this scenario, and that's.
I mean, you have to earn redemption. I don't know if you have to earn forgiveness.
Well, I'm talking about redemption, not necessarily forgiveness.
Because, I mean, as I said before, forgiveness is given by you. You decide if forgiveness needs to be earned. At the same time, you can decide that you don't want to be the person who's carrying hurt throughout your entire life, and you forgive people just to absolve yourself of, the darkness.
Yeah, let it go.
Whereas redemption can't be just given. No one owns redemption but the person. Well, I think it's the same problem I had back when I was describing it. Redemption is also a social construct, so it has to at some point be registered by other people. You cannot say yourself, I have redeemed myself, because somebody else has to acknowledge that. And then at the end of the day, how many people does it take to say that you redeemed yourself for it to be a thing? One person can't say, oh, they've redeemed themselves, and then everyone else says no.
It depends on who you hurt and what you did, right? If you did a lot of people, then, or the society at large, then it's very difficult to get everybody to agree. But if it's one person,
I would argue that the more person you hurt, the more people you hurt, there might be a chance that the less people I need to forgive or redeem you. Nina, again, Nina, for example, how many people did she hurt? A lot, right? 87 people, right? But conceivably, the vast majority of that was all one family. There's no one left to, right?
I'm sure they had family members and friends and.
No, the whole point was that was the whole family. That's why Luis is in her position. I mean, I argued about this in the channel. My brain doesn't finish words well. I argued about this in the reaction because I translated what was on the screen, and it said that only half the people were dead. Now, Luis, for one thing, the hospital people tell Saji that her whole family died. And Luis is acting like her whole family died. So conceivably, half the people at the party were her family, and half the people died were her family. So, but conceivably, from that perspective, she's got very few people that she needs to seek forgiveness from. She's got Hero Yui's list, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is a very small amount of people versus how many people conceivably Hero Yui has killed.
Yes.
So, in that element, really, she only has to seek forgiveness from, like, Saji and Louise. That's what I was making a hyperbolic statement. Essentially, the element that if you kill enough people, the amount of people left to forgive or to seek redemption from is going to be smaller than it was before. Say you kill one person who's important to a lot of people, you're going to seek forgiveness from a lot of people. You kill all the other people and leave one person behind, you only got one person to seek forgiveness for. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to metagame forgiveness, but there is a math to this, I feel like.
That's one way to look at it, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you would, right? Well, I've done everything else in my life. I better check my wristwatch. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I've done everything else in my life. Better seek that forgiveness achievement. Last thing I need to get to heaven.
Old narrative canard, for sure. Well, then. I think we have exhausted this.
I mean, we only talked about one thing.
Yeah. I mean, there is the potentially dead sort. I keep messing the name. That was the guy in.
Okay, listen. Here's a two-part way to make this really simple to remember. What's the part around the nipple? And a very luminescent iceberg would be called Scheinberg.
Oh, that's a very bad joke.
Are you not going to remember this now?
Scheinberg. Let's call him Scheinberg.
That's what I call him all the time, but you always call him a different name, so I had to cover both bases.
I mean, Scheinberg technically is dead if he wasn't before.
Conceivably.
Now,
I mean, I made the allusion to him being dead, but also the element is that we saw it seemed like to be a protective glass, and then the shot is immediately from the other side of it facing up, so we don't actually see if it's broken. And we don't see like any like glass shards shattering and flying up into the moon gravity.
I mean, if that room didn't have any air, any compromise of that glass would be enough to,
As I'm saying, though, we don't see it fully compromised.
Yeah, and he could just take his time, take him out, and then just shoot him to the sun or something. It's like, well, that bullet didn't do it. Well, let's I just shoot him into the sun, and we'll eventually get there and be consumed. Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure he's dead. I'm just devil's advocate here. The element that they went to camera angles, they went to extremes to show nothing.
Yeah. More importantly is the recording, I guess, because he was there. I guess that answers that. He said he was right that both Veda is a system and that Scheinberg was there, so he was right on both accounts. But it made it seem like they were one and the same, which I guess when the computer went down or reached level 7, it activated and rebooted. Right?
Again, I disagree with your statement that he was implying that they're one and the same.
But they were not. Not really. It just seems that way, at least to me, the way he phrased it. So, I mean, the thing is, okay, the computer reboots, but they're still there. They can just keep going at it,
I mean, you make it seem like there was something done to stop them.
Well, apparently, well, that's what what's his name says. Ribbon says, "Oh, it's a trap. It's a data trap or something like that." I was like, "Oh, but you're still functioning, so he didn't hack you or anything like that, so you can still conceivably try to keep at it." So
yeah, you couldn't do anything to them. Again, it's a data trap in that I'm trying to hack the thing, and now I can't hack the thing.
Yeah, but he already had hacked this thing, so I don't know. It's just that's kind of confusing. It's just
it's not really confusing. They were doing a thing, and then they got interrupted. That's it. That's the thing.
Yeah, so it amounted to anything.
At no point did he said, "Oh no, we're locked out of the system" or anything. It's a trap.
So it amounted to anything other than an excuse to give Setsuna,
No, it was a built-in spell save. That was the trap. The trap is you've activated my trap card.
Yeah. So now Veda is out of the picture, I guess.
Why would you think that?
I mean, if it's not connected to the Gundams...
Pointedly not true. It's 100% wrong. Veda just gave them Trans Am.
Yeah.
Scheinberg's not
Yes.
there to do anything, so obviously the only thing that could have given them the Trans Am thing was Veda.
But now they control Veda, so I guess they control the Transam system.
No, because the Ptolemos has its own control system.
Sure. So I guess then Veda is useless because it's like, what are we going to use Veda for? Oh, they're not connected to the other people.
It's not what we're
okay,
going to
never
use
mind.
Veda for, it's what they're going to use Veda for.
I'm talking about, Corner and
Yeah,
Ribbons.
well, they're going to use Veda for everything it's ever been used for. It's the thing that's pre-plotting the future to the point that they know when a person's going to take the battlefield 2 hours before they do it.
No, but
Remember, it
that- at that
pre-plotted
time-
for a 24-hour battle, and then Sumeragi's up there with the Veda's battle report. Oh, Soma is going to take the field 2 hours from now. They knew all of that, so Veda has like a massive predictive engine. Apparently, I think I already joked about it being what's his name from
Foundation.
Yeah, I was about to say Frontier. The F wrong F.
Probably was inspired by that. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this.
I wasn't prepared with a Forrest Gump graphic yet. All right, well, with all of that said, then once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?